when we get down to gilt selection, the number I always heard was like 85% of your gilts you should select as options to go into a herd. Is that a fair number, or do you have a different number in mind?
Well, it kind of depends what 85% of what. It kind of depends on where you start, right? And if I go back to the gilts I've raised in a barn, you know, the entire group, I'm not sure I'd want to dip below 70% of that entire group. So that includes your slows that are in that barn, the animals that have some defect, and then all the way down to what you select to go to the gilt development. So I kind of try to use that number. And I think that if you look at that truly and account for the slows and everything, 70% is usually a pretty realistic number.
Yeah, that's good to know. That's something to continue to challenge our audience and to think about, you know, because typically isoweans, right, we're selecting out the ones that already have deformities, but you're right, the slower growers and so forth still are going to be in there, even if they're 8 pounds at weaning or 10 pounds or whatever your cutoff is. And
the other thing I'd like to think about is, you know, if you have an internal multiplication program and you compare that to when you would buy it, the gilts from your genetic supplier, if you don't want them dipping below whatever value that is, and you think over here, when I'm raising them myself, I can go further than that, I think you're fooling yourself, because if you don't want them to go that far, you should be willing to maintain those standards as well over here in an internal multiplication program. And we need to be sure and hold ourselves accountable to the same criteria, I think.